All right, well, some students in Haubstadt are starting their TV careers very early.
4th and 5th graders at St. Peter and Paul School put on their own live news broadcast every day that the entire school watches. Today we wanted to talk to them from our studio to hear about their experience. And do you have any questions for us?
Yes. Is it hard to keep up with the teleprompter if you lose your place?
Well, it's hard for me. It's not too hard for her. Sometimes it can be a little difficult, but hopefully you know the story well enough where you can look down and see your iPad and then things are okay. But it can be a little bit of a panic moment, but you have to kind of learn to adapt.
That's right, and it's always a good idea to have an extra copy of scripts in front of you, and we do that through the iPad, which Dan mentioned. So if you have that ready to go, if prompter goes out or it speeds up or slows down, you've got a backup script right there.
And I don't have a prompter, but if I ever read things off a prompter, I'm not very good at it. I know the first station I had in Owensboro didn't have a teleprompter, so if you guys are already using teleprompter equipment, wow, that's
You're
great.
ahead of the game.
Well ahead of the game.
What's the hardest part about your job?
I would say the hardest part about the job are the hours. Getting up way early in the morning or the middle of the night for most people, 1:30, 2 o'clock, because our show starts at 4:30 in the morning. So it's a little difficult. It's kind of like working on a totally different shift than most people work. So that's the most challenging for me, is getting enough sleep and feeling refreshed.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Getting up, trying to get in here, be revved up, be fired up to do your job, not letting anything else get to you, some things that may be going on in your life that may be dragging you down a little bit. You just got to come to work, and every day you just got to show up and give the folks what they want, and that's the news.
We have a promo running on our morning hours on the air right now, but especially during this time of year, as the sun stays up longer, the daylight hours are longer, especially get into June and July when the sun goes down late. People are out running the lawnmowers
Mowing
at 9
at
o'clock,
8 o'clock.
letting
Yes,
off fireworks.
exactly.
Those are the difficult days. I like when the sun goes down about 6 o'clock, but
But not many complaints overall.
no.
Do you have any advice for us?
Well, I think the best advice is to get hands-on experience, which you're already doing with your newscast every day. I think that's the most important thing, is to learn every job, not just the job that you want to do. If you want to be an anchor, great, learn about that, but also go out with reporters or learn how to report, learn how to do the weather, learn how to run the teleprompter, run the cameras. All of those things are so important, and when you do get that job that you really want, you'll appreciate all of the other ones even more.
Have a thirst for information. Watch the news. Watch how the news is put together. Find things that you're interested in. Watch a lot of channels. Watch how they compete against each other. Just have that kind of interest in your heart, and I think you know, the rest will take care of itself.
I would say the same thing at that age, and even up through high school. We had current events, challenges, not what's going on just in your area or Gibson County, what's going on in the world, Ukraine, Russia. Kind of just have a world view and just news, and then weather and sports. I broke it in sports and end up in weather, so sometimes you don't know what discipline you'll actually end up in. So,
Exactly.
Is it hard to try and see what you're standing behind to point at? Because I know they point at different tools and stuff whenever they do it.
The green screen, is it hard sometimes?
no, it's really easy. We have a picture of it here, right? Maybe we can turn the camera around and show it. You're just talking to a green wall, so I have to look at a TV like you are at home to interact with the map. So I'm superimposed over the Doppler radar in the maps. It takes a while to get used to it, but you know, if I show you guys in an hour or two, you have it. I remember my first news director complained that I could miss Texas, but I hit Rhode Island. So you have to work a little bit on how you get that all down. But if you can walk, talk, and point, it's easy to do.
And you have to know geography.
You do have to know geography and how it's all related, but it's pretty easy to do.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Good luck.
Have a great week.
We'll be watching.